tonight's a 76ers team is really humming, and you guys came out of the gates really strong and kind of set the tone from the outset. What did you think of the way you guys were kind of ready to play from the start tonight?
Yeah, I think it's important to get off to good starts every night, but especially on the road and especially against a team that was playing with the level of rhythm and confidence that they've been playing with lately, including the last game against us. So we did a great job of setting a tone for the game and making it very competitive early and getting off to a good start.
You shoot 51% from the field. The ball was moving at 5 guys in double figures. What did you think about the way you were able to generate looks throughout the night?
Yeah, I thought we played with great rhythm. We attacked and were appropriately aggressive, but made the right play. Even on some of the ones we didn't score. First play of the second half was a great play. I just think we've got to be that team, and trust that. And tonight we kind of came into the game with that mentality and rhythm, and we sustained it for 48 minutes. It was really good.
Mark, just wanted to ask you about the response in the third quarter. They punched you right in the mouth to start that half, and you all responded in a big way.
Yeah, great poise, by the guys, because obviously, played really well in the first half through the first punch of the game, and they obviously came out of halftime ready to play and ready to go get the game. And to our guys' credit, we dug in, got some stops, got some quality shots, and got back on track pretty quickly there.
And then, in some ways, this game was a nice response in a bigger picture standpoint from a couple nights ago in Miami, and then when you saw them on New Year's Eve. What did you think about kind of from a macro sense of how your team approached this game and how they kind of focused on the possession-by-possession nature of it?
Yeah, not going to be great every night. We want to be a team that responds to adversity. We want to be a team that stays grounded when we have success, which will be our challenge tomorrow coming off this game. But I thought, it was great awareness of the opponent's, state coming into the game. The last time they played us, they were shorthanded and they took it to us. And so we knew we'd be going against a confident team, and they played really well lately. And so I just thought we had great awareness coming in, which is a sign of maturity and certainly something that, is important moving forward.
Last thing for me, you've talked in the past about you guys want Trey like rocket out there, and,
Yep.
and it seemed to get to that tonight. What factors were involved in kind of feeling that mojo?
Well, I think, we talked a lot last year about, the need for him to dive into the game competitively and be physical. And, I think when his offense, the last couple of games, not early on, but the last couple of games, his offense wasn't totally there. I did think it impacted the other end of the floor. And tonight I thought he was ready to compete on the defensive end, and he got himself into the game that way, which makes it easier to ride with him, through the ups and downs. And certainly he got it going tonight.
Nick mentioned the big run there, or the big turnaround there in the third quarter. Then when things got close again in the fourth quarter, you went on another big run. I know you look at the season in larger chunks or as a whole, but in like a single game like this, can you kind of learn something maybe even new about a young team just having poise to finish off a game like that?
Yeah, I thought that, and this is for every team, but there's just times where things get tight and you just kind of naturally drift from your identity, and I thought that happened in the Miami game the other night. It's happened other times, where you still want to win, you're still competing, but your individual response to that is like to try to do it individually or to try to make an individual play. And I thought the difference tonight was when it got tight, which it did at multiple times, including coming out, at the jump. That's a tough place to win. It's a tough team to beat. I just thought we got closer, to our identity, and we got closer to team basketball, and that's the sign of a team that believes in what they're doing. And I thought that was positive.
How do you think Jay will kind of battle Embiid there early, tried to stick his nose in a bunch of plays, and also shift some things offensively?
Yeah, that was huge for us. I thought his minutes were huge. I thought Bazley was great in his minutes because it allowed us to switch in the second unit. And, that second quarter run to start the second, that group with Josh, K. Rich, Bazley, Trey Mann, and I believe it was Isaiah. Those guys were outstanding. And I just think every time, a guy kind of falls out of the rotation or doesn't play a couple games and then plugs back in, plays really well, it reinforces the type of mentality we want the team to have, which is you got to be ready. And, when your number gets called, bring your strengths to the table. And I thought Jay Will and Bays both did that tonight.
Shai's struggle against this team on New Year's Eve was fantastic tonight, would you say?
Yeah, great pace tonight. He just was at a great rhythm and tempo. The thing I said about the team where, aggressiveness, but also, like poise and rhythm. He was definitely in that state tonight. I thought Josh was in that state tonight. I thought really our whole team was, but those guys obviously carry a lot of the load. And he just kind of cruised to a big game. And he also got his teammates involved, got off the ball. Same with Josh. Those guys were outstanding tonight.
It feels like more times than not your team rises to the challenge. Too close with Boston, 1-1. Philadelphia tonight, fully loaded. You score 133 points. So what is it about this team that kind of steps up when they play a great opponent?
I just always go back to the kind of people that are in the locker room. They're really high character people that want to be committed. They want to plug into the team, and they're great competitors. They take a lot of pride individually and collectively in how we go out there and play and compete every night, and that takes you a long way. And obviously, you got to get. They have to be skilled. We have to push the right buttons tactically, but the most important thing with a team is that you have those two things. You've got, competitive guys, and you got guys that are going to do it together. And I thought, tonight that was on display, obviously.
Anybody else?
Yeah, obviously last time we played them, they touched us up right from the jump. We never really got back in the game. We dug ourselves a very deep hole. But tonight, different story. We came out ready to play out the jump, and I think we never let up. We kept that going for 48 minutes. Obviously, coming off a tough game in Miami, we knew this East Coast trip, we're playing 4 playoff teams, so we have to bring it every night, put the last game in the past. And guys did that. We came out from the jump tonight, and, we got it done for 48 minutes.
And offensively, you guys shot 51% from the field. The threes were falling. Everybody was getting involved. How were you guys able to generate the quality looks throughout the night against one of the better defensive teams in the league?
Yeah, I think we played unselfish, and as I always say, that's contagious. Guys, when one guy's making the extra pass, the next guy does it as well. So, it flowed through the team for, I think, majority of 48 minutes tonight. We had a few, isolation possessions, bad shots, but for the most part, guys got off it early, made the right plays, and, tonight we shot the ball well. So that's how it goes some nights. You can't rely, you can't live and die by 3 balls, but the way we played tonight, I think we got inside. When the defense collapsed, we kicked it out, hit shooters. So guys made the right plays tonight. We were able to convert a lot of stuff around the rim and from behind the line.
Josh, you said that passing and selflessness is contagious. You seem to be kind of a major catalyst to that early. You get 6 first-quarter assists. A lot of them on kind of those backdoor cuts, baseline cuts. Why were those plays open tonight?
Yeah, they were aggressive. Especially with Shai. We ran a play out of a timeout for a back cut for him, and we kind of had seen the first few minutes. I can't remember who it was. It might have been Maxey. Was pressuring him off the ball. Was in a lot of denial stuff. So we ran a back cut play, got an easy layup. So just stuff to free guys up. Guys were seeing cuts when they went into that zone. We tried to do the same thing as Miami. But guys were seeing, open holes in the middle of the defense, and we hit those. K-Rich is perfect at that. He gets into the middle of the defense, and when he does, they have to collapse and stop him. He's very good in that mid-range area. So when him and other guys are making plays like that against man or zone, it frees a lot of guys up. So they were big in that area tonight.
And then they punched you in the mouth with a 13-0 run to start the third quarter. You guys outscored them 30-7 later in that period. Just your thoughts on the in-game resilience that you had to show?
Yeah, we didn't flinch. We knew they were going to come out ready to go in that second half, and they did. We could have easily folded, went into our shells, but guys, took the challenge on, and I think we responded really well out of that timeout. I think down the stretch, they kind of got it back. We kind of, we could go on bucket for bucket. But we did a good job of managing the storm down the stretch. It could have been easy to let the crowd in the game, let them get going, but we made it tough for them. We made Harden and Embiid play through crowds. So I think we did a really good job defensively down the stretch. They made some shots, but it was nothing easy, and I think we did a really good job executing offensively down the stretch.
Josh, it's been a while since you guys have won a road game, and this obviously isn't an easy place to win. The crowd really gets into it. What does it say about you guys as a young team that you're able to come in here and show that poise to kind of fend off a couple of big runs in this game?
Yeah, this was a big win. I mean, I think it shows that we belong. I mean, you see a lot of teams rest their better players against us, but we've shown that we can compete with the best teams in the league when we're switching on from the jump. And I think we've got a hungry team. We're ready to come. We're ready to come and play every night. So it's a great group of guys to go to battle with. Guys play for each other. They buy into what we're trying to do here. So this is obviously a tough place to play, tough team to play against. But as I said, we came out ready to go from the jump and stuck with it for the majority of the game.
I know we got in foul trouble limiting him in the second half, but Jay Will, what did you see from him just, again, trying to battle with Embiid?
He was great. He always takes on that task of when it's a big body like that. Jay will, he puts his hand up for that job and did a great job. Obviously got Embiid in foul trouble early in that first half. You're never going to shut out great players like that. You just have to make it hard, and he did an awesome job on that end. And then offensively, he's such a talented passer. His IQ's off the charts. He gets guys involved. So he's great in that area when we put him in that high post area, and he's able to pick guys apart. Obviously, his offense game was really good tonight, finishing around the rim, hit a 3-ball, so he looked good. And when he's playing confidently like that, it opens the game up for a lot of guys.
That up and under surprise you guys?
No, I mean Jay Will, he's a funny guy. I mean, he had a big smile on his face running down the floor, but it was a nice play.
Set a tone from the outset. What was the mentality that you guys have built since coming in?
Yeah, be the aggressors, and then play together on both ends of the floor. I think when we do that, we give ourselves a good chance. And then we shot the ball pretty well tonight as well. And I think that's why we won by the margin. But we did enough to win despite the good shooting tonight. We were good.
Yeah, just speaking of that offense, I mean, it just seemed like everything was kind of working on favor throughout the night. The ball was moving, everybody was getting the ball. Just what did you think of the way you were able to kind of generate those looks throughout the game tonight?
Yeah, we made the right plays, I think, for the majority of the game. One mores, the sprays, the pinks. We made a lot of the right plays offensively, and it led to good, clean looks. And when NBA players get good, clean looks, they usually make them. So we were good today.
And just overall, just kind of zooming out, just knowing that Miami didn't go the way you guys wanted to, what do you think of kind of the overall response that you guys improved from you guys tonight?
Say it one more time, sorry?
After things not going the way you wanted it to in Miami,
Yeah.
the response from you guys tonight.
Yeah, it was big time. It was very mature of us, I think. It could have discouraged us. We could have let it affect us next game for sure. But I'm proud of the way the guys kind of put it behind us, learned from it, and got better. And we were really good tonight.
What do you think of the way Jay Will played tonight, especially kind of bouncing back after what was probably tough that first time out against Philly about 10 days ago, and for him to kind of take on this matchup? How'd you all help with that?
Yeah, he just played free-minded, played aggressive, and made the right basketball play and tried to do everything he could defensively. And Jay Will's a guy, he knows how to play basketball. He knows his strengths. And he's going to go to those every night. And we saw it tonight. He was really comfortable.
You know he had some of those moves like that.
Yeah, I had no clue. I don't think he knew he had that move. Everything else I had seen before, but that I'd never seen.
This game, I mean, you guys didn't play well against them on New Year's Eve. I think it's your lowest scoring game of the season. Tonight was a complete switch.
Okay.
Was that something that was even on your mind or maybe extra motivation at all?
Not really. We knew going into tonight, they're a really good team, playing really well. And if we wanted to give ourselves a chance, we were going to have to do those things. We were going to have to play together. We're going to have to play fast. We're going to play hard. And that's we wanted to control that and take care of that. And then if the balls went in or they didn't, we'd be okay.
I know you indeed weren't primarily mentioned, but you were involved in a couple of, big plays. You had a nice strip against him late. Like, what is it like going? I mean, you guys are like training free throws. I mean, what's it like going against the player like this?
Yeah, obviously he's one of the best players in the game. Super talented, a freak of nature. When you play guys like that in teams that are like so highly talented, it's easy to get up for. and it challenges you, and you get to see where you're at against the best players and on the best teams in the world. That's just my mindset going into the game. I know who I'm going against, and I try to see where I stand. Not at all. I think we're going to be a really good team a lot sooner than people do. So I think it's pretty easy for me. I see the growth every day. I've seen the growth in the last 5 months, year, 2 years, and I'm super excited about it. So it's pretty easy. hmm Yeah, I love Doc. He's my first NBA coach, obviously a legend. He's been around the game for so long, seen so many levels of basketball, and he really kind of kickstarted my career. He was hard on me, held me accountable, and then I kind of just took those things with me. But yeah, me and him are really close. He was a big part of my development for sure. hmm Yeah, sharpshooter. He makes the right basketball plays. It's a lot of times he can shoot the ball and he does it because he's so unselfish. And then outside of that, he's a great guy off the court. Love being around him. Yeah, great teammate overall.
Even back for that super growth of this team,
hmm
how much does a game like this one help along in that growth?
Yeah.
When you guys
Mhm.
came out.
Yeah. Sorry. It for sure helps. Like I just said, it was so mature the way we responded tonight from the last game, and it kind of like it opens your eyes to what we can be if we put it together every night. And then as guys continue to get better, we have guys that work hard. We'll only be better as a team, and I think the sky's the limit.